A Fox News alert. The U.S. military airlifting non-essential personnel from the U.S. Embassy in Haiti after another weekend of gang violence and unrest. 3 police stations just attacked over this weekend alone.
Senator Tom Cotton serves on the Senate Armed Services Committee, and he joins us now. Senator, good morning to you. This situation in Haiti is truly unbelievable when it comes to what's going on there with gang members potentially toppling the government there. But also what's happening is thousands of people have escaped prisons there. So when people hear that and they think about our border situation here at home, they wonder, how could the situation in Haiti impact us here in the U.S.?
Carly, the violence in Haiti is horrific. Haiti has long been a troubled country. This is yet another embassy evacuation under Joe Biden. I think this is up to 6 or even 7 embassy evacuations now in barely 3 years, a sign that President Biden is overmatched by events, which, again, you see at our southern border when we're having more than 300,000 migrants, in some cases, a month cross our border, to include gang members from places like Mexico or potentially from Haiti. You have reports of gang violence of Chinese nationals who have crossed our southern border. This is why our national border is not just an immigration issue, it's a national security threat.
And it's a violent world all over right now. And so the Senate Intel Committee, of which you are hearing on worldwide threats today. CNN article speculating that, quote, China's worried about the return of Trump, but it also sees opportunities if he wins. That's how they're spinning it. But there's a reality. We face threats from abroad. What questions are you planning on asking today, Senator?
Well, I think what we're going to hear today from all of the security chiefs is that this is one of the most dangerous times in the world they've seen. It's not a coincidence that it's happening 3 years into the Biden administration, because President Biden has projected weakness around the world. He's appeased our adversaries. There's a reason, for instance, that Russia invaded Ukraine on Joe Biden's watch, not on Donald Trump's watch, or that Iran felt so emboldened that it can unleash its terrorist proxies like Hamas to invade Israel and kill more Jews than at any time since the Holocaust. And now Joe Biden seems angrier at Benjamin Netanyahu for prosecuting the war against the Hamas than he is at Hamas for killing all those people and taking hostages. Likewise, in East Asia, China seems to be on the march, whereas Joe Biden simply wants to, quote unquote, turn down the temperature. Everywhere you turn, American leadership and strength is absent, and that's why the world has grown so dangerous.
When it comes to China, Senator, also the House is expected to vote this week on a bill that could ban TikTok in the United States. Where do you see this going in the House and also when it heads to the Senate? What's going to happen?
Well, Carly, I was pleased with the huge vote in the House last week. Committee 50-0, almost nothing of consequence passes 50-0. But it's a sign that both parties recognize the threat that TikTok poses to America. It's a threat to your data security. It's a threat to your kids because of the propaganda and obscene material and self-harm material on it. But it's also a threat to our country because the Chinese Communist Party controls its parent company and can use it for propaganda. You saw an example of that last week when TikTok put out a push notice to all of its users demanding that they call their members of Congress. Imagine if it wasn't about a piece of legislation related to social media in Congress, but rather about an imminent invasion of Taiwan or trying to crack down on China's cheating on trade. So I support the legislation to vote the House, and then I would call on Senator Chuck Schumer in the Senate to call it up promptly for a vote in the Senate. It's not technically a ban of TikTok. It just says that the parent company, which is controlled by the Chinese Communist Party, has to sell it to a company that is not controlled by a country like China.
Yeah, basically they're saying it needs to be a divestment. It is not a ban, so we do need to be clear on the language there. And the bedfellows on this one are strange. You have Democrats and Republicans coming together. You have a lot of Republicans somehow saying, I'm okay with TikTok. So we'll see how it all shakes. Senator Tom Cotton, thank you for your time this morning and your insight.